What is up, guys? It's Thundershark115, and today I have got the third part in my Black Ops 4 Zombies review series. Was Black Ops 4 Zombies good? So in this video, we're going to be talking about the content that's in Black Ops 4, specifically on the maps, but also in terms of other content that's in the game. So that's what we're here to talk about. If you have not seen parts 1 and 2 to this review series, I recommend watching those first. It's probably best that you view these videos in order so that you get the full context on everything. If you haven't, I'll have links to them in the description below, as well as in the cards that you should see at the top right corner of the screen. Once you've watched them, feel free to come back to this video. It's not going anywhere. Anyways, enjoy the video. Part 3. Maps and Content. So a big part of what makes any Zombies game good or bad is the quality of its maps. So how does Black Ops 4 hold up? Well, not bad, I'd say. It could be better, but overall the selection of maps isn't terrible. Now, the maps are split in half. Half of them are for the Chaos story, and the other half are from the Aether story. Again, I will be discussing more about the Chaos and Aether stories later, so yeah. But anyways, there are 4 maps for the Aether, being Voyage of Despair, 9, Dead of the Night, and Ancient Evil. And then for the Aether story, there's Blood of the Dead, Classified, Alpha Omega, and Togder Toten. So first let's go take a look at the Chaos maps. Voyage of Despair was one of the 3 launch maps, and overall it's pretty boring. Not gonna lie. It's not bad, and admittedly I can have fun with it. Definitely one of the more challenging maps in Black Ops 4, but honestly, it's something that I'd play once in a while, usually because that's what my daily contract is, and then I don't really go out of my way to touch it, really. On the other hand, 9 is probably my favorite map in Black Ops 4. It's set in the Roman Colosseum, it's pretty open, much more easy experience, though there are a large variety of enemies, which is pretty unique for a Zombies map, but I don't think the map is worse because of it. It only really enhances the gameplay, in my opinion. It's simple enough that a newcomer could understand, but it has enough content for veterans of the franchise to really enjoy. Okay, and then for DLC 1, Dead of the Night, I'm not gonna lie, when this map first dropped, and for the first month after it released, I hated this map. But the main reason is because there are so many locations you have to memorize just to have fun with the map. Once you learn all the 5 billion locations of how to get the Pack-a-Punch, how to get the silver bullets, etc., it's actually pretty fun, but the problem is it just doesn't really cater to casuals all that much. So once you learn everything, it can be really fun, but I can see why some people would hate it, especially if they're just a more casual player and not really a hardcore Zombies veteran. And then finally, we have Ancient Evil, which I'd probably compare to being the Chaos story version of Origins, set in ancient Delphi. It's pretty fun. You got the 4 gauntlets, it's got a pretty unique setting, and has a really Greek feeling. This is one of my more favorite maps in Black Ops 4. Alright, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the Aether maps. So, something that needs to be clarified about the Aether maps is that all of them are remakes or reuse assets of some kind from previous maps. What do I mean? Well, let's take a look. Blood of the Dead is basically a sort of remake or reimagining of Mob of the Dead. It's got extra areas, the west side of the island, and it lacks the afterlife mechanics since you're now playing as the Primus characters. But, anyways, I don't really think this is better than Mob of the Dead, mainly due to the map flow. Whereas Mob of the Dead, you could pretty much go anywhere, and you had multiple strategies and routes you could take to get set up. Blood of the Dead's more like a giant line. You have to get the power on the west side, then you have to run through a linear section, the catwalk, and then run through the recreation yard, a linear path. Then you could take one of 2 routes, which will intersect again. Then you have to go down the tunnels because you can't take the gondola because you need to get the east side power back on. And then, so you have to go through the tunnels, and again, that's super linear. And then you turn on the power, then you can run all the way back, and then, boom, you have access to the rest of the map. But honestly, it feels like one central hub and then 4 arms, 2 of which are really sprawling and 2 are stubby. And map flow really could be better. Honestly, I just prefer Mob of the Dead. Alright, next we have Classify, which is a remake of 5, has some extra areas and extra features. I really like this. It's a very simple map to understand, and if you liked Black Ops 1, you'll probably like this map. It honestly reminds me of 5, but it's enhanced and pretty much better in every way, except for maybe the fact that Pentagon Thief's no longer here, so that does remove that bit of challenge. I know he was kind of annoying in Black Ops 1, but as I got better at zombies, I appreciated the challenge he gave and kind of miss it here. But honestly, Classified is a really fun map, and I like to play it a lot. And is it pretty much a clone of 5? Kind of, but it does feel different enough, but I can see why some people would think that this would be lazy. Next, we have Alpha Omega, which takes place in Nuketown, but a different kind of Nuketown. Whereas in Black Ops 2, Nuketown was just a very simple, hard survival map. Alpha Omega has a lot more substance to it, and honestly, the Nuketown area is such a small portion of the map that honestly, I'd say this is pretty original in my opinion. Even if it is just stealing assets from Blackout, this definitely feels like a much more original Zombies map, and I never got the argument that this is just a ripoff of Nuketown from Black Ops 2 Zombies. And a lot of people say that the Wonder Weapons are uninspired. However, they're a completely new take on the Ray Gun Mark II that really makes me feel like they are original. So, honestly, the arguments that say that this map is uninspired and unoriginal, I never understood. This feels like a unique map to me. And then finally, we have Tag der Toten DLC 4, which reuses the Victus crew, and is an expansion of Call of the Dead from Black Ops 1, my favorite map in Black Ops 1, by the way. And honestly, it's pretty fun. It could be better. There are like a bunch of fire and electric zombies that constantly spawn, but there aren't really any big bads like George Romero, which is kind of a shame because even though he could be annoying at times, he did provide a decent challenge. Anyways, there's a lot of stuff to do around the map. The challenges, I think, were pretty cool, implemented in a unique way. Instead of having pseudo-random challenges, it's like the same ones, but you can choose which order to tackle them in. I always found that kind of cool. And the Wonder Weapons, well, I haven't actually used the original Thunder Gun or the new Wonder Waff, but the Tundra Gun, it's pretty cool. I really like the Golden Pack-a-Punch. That was also a really nice way to help combat the how expensive getting a gun fully packed is in this game, and I really wish that the other maps had a system similar to this, because I really think that it could have benefited like that. But yeah, so overall, I wouldn't say that any of the maps in Black Ops 4 are bad. Some of them are uninspired and boring, like Blood of the Dead or Voyage of Despair. One being Dead of the Night is just an infuriating mess to learn, but once you do, it's pretty fun. And the other ones range from pretty good to awesome. So yeah, and I really think that's pretty amazing considering that in all the other games, except maybe World at War, there's always that one map that we all hated. In Black Ops 1, for me, it was Moon. In Black Ops 2, it was either Transit or Die Rise. I used to think it was Transit, but me, personally, now I hate Die Rise more. And then in Black Ops 3, it was Zetsubo no Shima. But Black Ops 4, I mean, yeah, we kind of hate on Voyage of Despair, but it's not because the map is unfun or has some bullshit mechanics. It's just, it gets boring after a while. That's really the only thing. It's not super infuriating, and honestly, I can kind of respect that. I can really respect that the Black Ops 4 maps really aren't bad, per se. Now, I know some people are going to disagree with me on that, and if you do, to that I say, fair enough. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. This is just my opinion that I'm sharing in this video, but personally, I don't think the maps are all that bad. And the fact is that from the time of release to DLC 4, Black Ops 4 has the second most amount of maps out of any Treyarch Zombies game when it comes to number of maps released between launch and DLC 4. The only one that beats it out is Black Ops 1, but that's because 4 of them were just straight up remasters from World at War, and without them, you'd have 6 plus Dead Ops Arcade. Now, I know that there is the argument of quality versus quantity, and compared to Black Ops 3, I'd say that Shadows of Evil, Der Eisendrache, Gorod Krovi, and Revelations were all amazing maps, whereas in Black Ops 4, we have 2 amazing maps, 1 great map, 2 pretty good maps, 2 alright maps, and 1 overcomplicated mess. And so I can definitely see why y'all would prefer the Black Ops 3 maps to Black Ops 4, but I don't think that really makes the Black Ops 4 offerings any worse because of it, though I could see the argument from some people saying that Black Ops 4's maps aren't as good as previous entries. But again, Black Ops 4 has pretty good offerings when it comes to maps. Okay, so after I recorded my map segment, I quickly realized that I forgot to talk about one more thing, and so I just wanted to add that on real quick to the map section here. And that is the fact that in order to get access to any of the DLC maps, you have to drop $50 on the Black Ops Pass. Unlike previous entries where you could just buy single DLC packs or just maps on their own, you have to shell out $50 to play them, which is a real shame if you really just want to play Classified or just want to play Ancient Evil or something and you don't really care about the other maps. You no longer have that option, and I really don't like that. It really makes it so that people who want to try these new Zombies maps really have to commit to it, otherwise they'll probably feel like they'll be ripped off. And so for that, all the other games really take an advantage over Black Ops 4 for that. And I think we all know that we hate the Black Ops Pass and Activision's shitty monetization schemes in this game. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly add that, so that does detract from the DLC maps a bit. At least there is plenty of content in terms of maps on disc with Black Ops 4 without having to buy the DLC, because there are 3 maps and they're fully fledged Zombies experiences. So there is that, but the problem is 2 of them are the meh maps that I was referring to earlier, though of course you do have 9, which is one of the amazing maps. So yeah, anyways, let's move on with the review. So what kind of content does Black Ops 4 have aside from 8 Zombies maps, which is pretty impressive? Well, one thing is that alternate game modes make a return from Black Ops 2 after being absent in Black Ops 3, and I'm really happy about this. I honestly like the fact that there are alternate game modes in Black Ops 2, and seeing that they return, or at least the idea returns in Black Ops 4, makes me happy. Though sadly, we don't get any of the alternate game modes that were in Black Ops 2, like we don't get Grief or Turn. Really, I'm really sad that Grief didn't make the cut into Black Ops 4, because I had a lot of fun with it in Black Ops 2, and I really wish it could have made a return here, or wish it could have been expanded upon, because it was pretty rudimentary in BO2, but in BO4 there was just such a huge opportunity to expand upon it, but it wasn't. Turned, I mean, I had a lot of fun, and I don't regret any of the time I spent playing it, but then again, at the same time, I'm not exactly disappointed that it didn't return, so take that for what you will. Instead, we got 2 new modes, Rush and Gauntlet. Rush mode is a lot of fun. It's a very fast-paced, arcade-style game mode, sort of like if you took the normal Zombies mode and Dead Ops Arcade, and you threw it in a blender, and you get Rush mode. In this, points aren't used as currency as they are in the normal Zombies mode, but instead it's more of a score attack type thing, where you try to get as many points as possible. Everything is free, from weapons to perks, mystery box, pack-a-punch, etc., though it is a lot more simplified. Like, you can't spam the box, you can only use it once every 30 seconds, though it is at every location. Perks are free, shields are free, everything's free. So there's that. And you kill zombies and you can get points as well as increase your multiplier, and occasionally there'll be like these little yellow points power-ups which will give you points and increase your multiplier. Unlike the normal Zombies mode in this game, Rush has the standard health that you had at launch, so you only have 150 instead of 200. But for Rush mode, that works. You get a set number of lives, and if you get enough points, you'll get 1-ups. Kind of like a classic video game arcade, like Galaga or Pac-Man or something, which I think is a pretty cool idea. In this game, you can either play by yourself and see how much score you can get on your own, or you can play with other people and you can challenge each other and see who gets the top score. It's a lot of fun in both modes, though the co-op one can drag on a bit long. Solo, dragging it a bit on makes sense because you're doing a score attack, but you're in co-op, you're trying to both outlive your opponents and get more score than them, so you can do stuff like turn on traps as they're about to run through them, or block them so the zombies can down them, you know, shit like that. So I guess in a way, this is kind of the spiritual successor to Grief Mode, but it's like a free-for-all instead. And getting hit by zombies or otherwise taking damage will reduce your multiplier like drastically. Now, a cool thing is as the doors will periodically open, allowing you more and more access into the maps. Every so often you'll be given a defense section where you'll have to stay and survive in a certain portion of the map, so you can't roam everywhere and you're stuck with other people. So in this way it really does test your skill at being able to survive in certain scenarios with different sets of weapons, though if I do have to make a complaint, it's max ammos don't spawn often enough. Granted, you can just grab multiple weapons, but it really makes it so getting box only weapons is a bit disadvantageous simply because you can't replenish your ammo. I mean, usually you'll get like 1 or 2 a game, and then for the rest you'll never see them. Oh, and that's another thing. Power-ups only work for the person who picks them up. So if you pick up an insta-kill, your teammate, well, not really teammates, but the other players won't benefit from it. So there is that. I think this mode is a lot of fun, and I just wish a lot more people played it, because occasionally I just tried to search for a match for it, and I just can't find anybody to play it with. And, well, since I don't really know that many people in real life who actually play zombies on Xbox, it's kind of hard to get custom games going as well, so there's that. In fact, I'm not sure, but I think recently I checked the public lobby, and I don't think you can even search for a public match of Rush anymore, which is a darn shame. I really wish you could, because it's such a fun mode, and it's a lot of fun with other people. I mean, it's also fun by yourself, don't get me wrong, and it's really good for those that just don't want to worry about setting up. You just want to pop into a map and just kill zombies right from the get-go. But playing it with friends has its own charm, or not just friends, but other people in general. So that is one thing that I really wish could be done better. Though, again, aside from pulling it from matchmaking, that's really not Black Ops 4's fault. It's the fault that nobody's playing it. But if you haven't tried Rush, give it a try. I think you'll like it. So Rush mode is pretty fun, but what about Gauntlet? Well, Gauntlet is like normal zombies, but with a twist. Each round has its own unique challenge, which you have to contend with while you survive. So, like, you survive a round with a certain weapon, or survive a round while staying in this area, or hit the box 6 times and get it to move 6 times in a single round, or use 10 teleporters, or whatever. Now, some of these challenges are pretty challenging and test your skill, but some are just completely random and tedious, like get the box to move 6 times. Like, all I gotta do is save a zombie, hit the box, wait about 20 seconds for the teddy bear animation to go, and another box to spawn in, rinse and repeat. But some of these challenges are pretty fun. I'll admit that. Now, if there is one complaint I'm gonna make, it's the fact that they're all the same. Like, round 1 on Classified is never going to change. Round 1 on whatever is never going to change. It's always the same challenge. So while it does leave room to perfect your runs, it would have been nice to have like a version of Gauntlet where the challenges are generated randomly or pseudo-randomly. Like, obviously you don't want a challenge like get 2 pack-a-punch weapons by the end of the round on like round 3, because let's be honest, no one's going to be able to do that. But maybe if you said like after round 10 you can get this challenge, or you can only get this challenge on one of the 5 rounds, but you'll never know which one it'll be on, so it'll freshen up the run. I think doing that would have added a lot of replayability to Gauntlet, and honestly, I don't really touch this mode all that much. In fact, I don't think I've ever even completed a single Gauntlet. The farthest I've gotten is round 27 on Wenny Witty Zombie for the map 9. So there is that, but most of them I've gotten the bronze medal on. I think the only one I haven't is the one for Tog der Toten, and the only reason for that is because at the time of me recording this, it only came out like a day or two ago for the Xbox One and PC. So yeah, I'm not sure. I'll probably upload my first playthrough of that pretty soon. So Gauntlet mode might be underwhelming, but what about other stuff? Well, Treyarch added a cool new idea into Black Ops 4, custom mutations. It's a lot like the custom games from Black Ops 2, except you got a whole lot more options to tweak with. You can change a whole lot of things. You can choose what weapons appear in the box or not. You can affect the spawn rates of zombies, their speed, their health. You can make it so you can decay health or regenerate health. You can set your own health to different things. You can make it so you can regenerate health for zombie kills. You can change the amount of points you get. You can make it so you can spawn with like 50,000 points, but you can't get any, so you basically have to budget them and spend it in the best way possible, because otherwise you're fucked. You can make it so there's no mystery box. You can make it so there's no perks. You can change a whole lot of stuff here, and it's basically a zombie veteran's wet dream. If you get bored with the way certain maps play, hop into custom mutations and play 9 with like quadruple blight fathers or something, or Blood of the Dead, Brutus only. That's pretty cool. I actually had a pretty cool idea like when Black Ops 4 first launched, which I call Parasite. What you do is you set it so your health is constantly draining, but when you kill a zombie, you get a bit of health back, so it basically forces you to chain kills to stay alive. So yeah, the thing is, not really many people use this thing, and that's because you can't unlock any progression at all while using them, and you can't do Easter eggs. And not just main Easter eggs, but you can't do side Easter eggs. You can't even activate the music Easter eggs on any of the maps, which kind of sucks, because how cool would it be to do the 9 Easter egg, but make it so like you quadruples the spawns of all the special zombies, so you're constantly having to fight a whole bunch of gladiators or blight fathers. Now I can see why they didn't do this. They didn't want people to abuse it to make the game super easy so they can find out how to do the Easter eggs, but I think what would have been a better compromise is once the Easter egg for a map is found, then enable it in custom mutations, and then allow people to do wacky stuff with it, and then just make it not count towards achievements or trophies or challenges. And I think that would have been much better, because right now the only thing that you can actually earn while in custom mutations is nebulae and plasma for elixirs and talismans, which I'll talk more about when we get to the microtransactions section. But yeah, in addition to that, there's also a camo grind, much better than the one in Black Ops 3, by the way. In BO3, it was basically, by the time you get all the attachments, you're going to have red hex, and let's be honest, compared to a bunch of the stuff in the black market, red hex, it really wasn't all that great. But in this, it's much more like multiplayer, where you get a bunch of headshots to get the green tiger camo. Then there's 5 more camos that you can get, which usually are get kills without attachments, get kills with 5 attachments and an optic, get kills while the gun is pack-a-punch, kill 50 heavy zombies, and kill 10 mini-bosses. Now, it may change depending on the gun, but that's generally what it is. And they even added mastery camos. It's just gold, diamond, and dark matter for multiplayer, which if you've unlocked it in multiplayer, you can't use it in zombies. Personally, I really wish they had done something different, where instead you keep diamond, gold, dark matter in multiplayer, and then you can use it in zombies and blackout. But you make a separate, unique mastery camo for zombies, so while it would be functionally the same as gold, you'd instead have like 115, elemental 115 as like the equivalent for gold, and then for the equivalent for diamond, maybe have the Mob of the Dead camo, the Afterlife camo, and then for dark matter, you could have something like the Revelations camo. So while it has a zombies feel, it still shows mastery with the guns in the game, but allows you to use it in other modes, but instead they just basically made it so you couldn't use gold, diamond, dark matter in zombies if you got it from multiplayer. Instead made you earn it in zombies to use it in zombies. So while I am happy that there is a mastery camo system in this, I really hope that they decide to maybe improve it for Black Ops 5. And if you want to get dark matter in Black Ops 4 Zombies, well, you're gonna have your work cut out for you because it takes forever to get your camos in this. Honestly, I feel like the camo grind just takes a bit too long. Like, I haven't really been playing Black Ops 4 Zombies as much recently. I've been playing Halo MCC more, but a couple months ago, I was actually grinding and grinding so I could try to get dark matter, but it just takes so long. And currently, I have diamond pistols, and then I also have gold for the Mod 12, the SOG, the Cordite, I think the ICR, and maybe the Hades. I think there's like maybe one more gun that I might have gold on, but that's it. I've been grinding the heck out of a lot of these guns, and it just takes forever just to get gold. So really, dark matter really isn't as much as a mastery. It still requires skill, but it just takes an ungodly amount of time. And I wish that it could have been you could get it in a fair amount of time while still having to show your skill with the weapon. Again, this is probably an improvement that they can make for Black Ops 5, which I hope to God they do. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more, and also tell me what you think about the amount of content in Black Ops 4. Also, I'm sorry this video took so long to come out. As you can probably tell, the main segments of this video were recorded a few months ago, but with everything going on with the quarantine, I've had a lot on my plate, and so I haven't really been able to do much in terms of making YouTube videos, so I'm sorry about that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. So yeah, peace!